Welcome back. We recently returned from a trip to Cairns where we went to shoot some in-flight video for Compass Airlines, and I was really quite amazed. It's about 4 years since we've been to Cairns. I was astonished at just how busy and how lively the city is. Cairns is a truly beautiful place. It's a tropical capital city. It's superbly serviced by all kinds of facilities, including the brand new Pier Shopping Centre, which you see in these shots here. That's a shot of Cairns City itself at sunset from the pier. And of course, it's the gateway to a huge range of attractions, both land-borne and also in the water. This is Mossman Gorge, about a 40-minute drive north of Cairns. Clear crystal water running over rocks out of the rainforest and totally surrounded all the way down to the water with a superb rainforest setting. So as I said, that's 40 minutes from Cairns. The Daintree, I think, is about another 15 or 20 minutes further on. So none of these attractions are out of reach, and you can see crocodiles, and you can fish for barra, and you can do all of the other things that you do ashore on the rivers within probably a 50 to 60 minute drive from Cairns itself. One of the major attractions, of course, of the north is the Great Barrier Reef, and Cairns is one of the centres from which dive boats and also general charter and excursion boats go out to the reef. Now, there's been a lot of controversy lately about impact on the reef by all these people going out. In fact, my estimate would be that there's something like 3,000 people a week go out and look at the reef in the way in which these people are doing it. But to be quite honest, I can't see any impact whatsoever. All of the cruise boat and dive boat operators are extremely responsible about what they do. They're all conservationists in their own way, and they all make sure that on the way out you are well and truly instructed, and whilst you're there you're supervised so that there's no environmental impact. Now, what you're looking at here is a scuba dive course, and this is another aspect of the Barrier Reef and of the last 3 or 4 years in these areas on the North Queensland coast, is the fact that it's possible for just about anybody who has medical qualifications that allow them to hold a driver's licence to do a scuba course. These can be done quite rapidly. They're extremely comprehensive and thorough, and they can take you into the upper reaches of that incredible water wonderland. And here's some indications of the sort of things that you can see there. This is a wrasse, which is around about 1.5 metres long, and I would estimate probably weighs about 60 or 70 kilos. Now, he's as tame as a Pekingese. I mean, he's really quite amazing. The diver holds his hand over his face there. In fact, in a moment you'll see a diver take his mouthpiece out and actually kiss the wrasse on the mouth. Now, when you think about that, and you think about some of the movies that we've seen over recent years about the dangers of the denizens of underwater, and here's a moray eel, which is definitely a case in point. Again, as tame as a puppy dog. This really blows all of those myths out of the water, and it gives you some idea of just how benign and how friendly an environment the underwater world is, particularly as it's exemplified by the Great Barrier Reef. Now, it was a beautiful trip. The weather wasn't too kind to us. We had the great pleasure, by the way, of seeing some rain while we were in Cairns. On the Gold Coast, we haven't seen that for months and months, but it was a beautiful trip, and it gave me an opportunity to once again realise just what a superb place North Queensland is, and particularly as it's exemplified by Cairns, and the way in which the operators up there are responding to the overall requirements of tourists from all over the world. Compass Airlines have opened up the north with their cheap airfares. They've brought flying to Cairns well within the reach of just about anybody who can conceive of the idea. Those airfares go along hand in hand with packages, accommodation packages, that make it possible to stay there very reasonably. And all of the excursion operators, whether that be diving on the reefs, as you see here, going to fish for barra up at Bloomfield, or just simply going on a day trip in a coach to see some of the other attractions, are very reasonably priced. So the north is being opened up, and all of those attributes are well appreciated by overseas visitors. Cairns' airport is international. It will accept 747s, and there are a huge number of flights per week coming in from the Pacific Rim. So Here is an initiative which has been taken by the locals to overcome the problems caused by the airline strike of 12 or 18 months or so ago, to open up their area and to offer it to a huge number of people from virtually all over the world. So next time you fly Compass, have a look at the videos. Compass are very serious about the fact that they provide a video monitor for every 6 rows of seats, and you can look at some of our material and some other very entertaining material, particularly on Cairns over the next month or so when you fly Compass. We'll be back right after this break.